Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nthabiseng. I am from Africa Kids Code, and today's session is about keeping your family safe online. So, if you have questions, you have comments, you have answers, please visit our chat box and write all your answers, your questions, and your comments there. Now, let's discuss the challenges on parenting in the digital age. Modern kids have never known a time when they couldn't connect to the entire world via the internet. In fact, they probably spend time online than anyone else. Certainly, um, more than you, the parents. Let's divide and help us as parents to better understand the landscape. Ask yourself, how old were you when you got a hold of this kind of technology? Well, for kids today, the internet is becoming part of their growing up. Well, children being the fastest adopters of this technology. 15 to 24-year-olds typically outnumber the overall online population. Well, the global proportion of young people aged 15 to 24 using the internet is about 71%. Is significantly higher than the proportion of the people using the internet at 48%. So, the internet is becoming more and more prevalent to the daily lives of our children and our own. Children will be online from an early age. We can limit how often, but it will happen. The children of today are growing up in a very different world compared to our generation. So, about 48 to 66% of the population are already online. Most parents feel they know what their teens are doing online. But do you think teens know so? Well, here's an activity. What are your children doing online? What do you think your children are doing online? I'll give you 30 seconds for answers. Well, okay, I can see some are saying gaming, some are saying downloading. Okay, some are saying connecting to their friends and family. Well, do you feel you have complete handle of what they're doing? Or how do you monitor what they're doing online? Okay, someone is saying they check their website history. Thank you for that. Well, the children of today are growing up in a very different world compared to our generation. Many of you will have a firm grip and what your children are doing online. But here are a few examples of what they are doing. The digital technology has become a fundamental part of children's life. Your children need to understand this same principle apply online. Although there's a tendency of limit access, teachers can be an amazing force for good. So, 65% chat online with their friends, while 52% watch videos and apps, while 53% play online games against friends and strangers. Turn to your neighbor and for 2 minutes, introduce yourself, your name, and where you're from. What are the biggest concerns you're facing with keeping your child safe online? Ask members of the audience to share these concerns openly. I'll give you about 30 seconds. Yes, 30 seconds. Okay, others are talking about screen time, controlling the content they see, and gaming. It's great to see we've all got such similar concerns and hear of some news ones. Those concerns don't stop here. Well, you're not alone. Many more parents share the same worries and are search for help. So, we'll discuss the responsibilities with with your children. While on the screen, there are some concerns that I'll read out for you. Parents need to be more involved and engaged and educated. My children are more technology savvy than I am. Safety is paramount. I am concerned with what they get up to when I'm not monitoring them. This is the area of technology kids don't play outside anymore. People can pretend to be anyone, stumbling across things they shouldn't be stumbling across. Well, those are some concerns that parents are concerned about. With so many concerns out there, this session with this session would offer some tips on how to positively approach these. But the internet is a vast place, right? And while some parents may approach this concerns by restricting and limiting access to the internet, it may not be the best approach. Sorry. Well, parents often forget the positive side of technology, and they should available data. You can get access to a wealth of information for learning, homework. There are also a lot of interactive tools, games that can aid learning, some of which can be done with parents. Ways to find work, opportunities for work, from starting a blog to following your favorite artists on Instagram. The internet can be a great way for young, inspiring creativities to get started. However, the internet remains a complex place which was not built intentionally for children and is not a regulated as other children's services. We should see technology as an enabler, but also with some much power comes more responsibility and a need for a better understanding of how we are using it. Therefore, it's imperative you get involved in your child's online activity and guide them through it safely. We are going to go through the common areas that children come against when browsing online. Set digital ground rules for family. Discover and manage family friendly content. Protect your family's online privacy and security. Every family is different, and therefore, the limitations, restrictions, and guidelines you want your family to live their digital lives should be up to each individual in the family. Setting ground rules can help you enjoy the best of the internet while understanding that there's a limit where the good of the internet can become a negative impact if abused and overused. Um, we'll discuss if the rule. Well, we will discuss in groups of about 5 to 3 minutes. Sorry, that setting ground rules on digital usage in the house. You discuss Do you set ground rules to your TV, your devices, at the dinner table? So now, around the importance of ground rules, you connect your concerns and setting these ground rules for about 5 minutes. I see some answers coming in already. Thank you, guys. There are three main activities we recommend setting ground rules around. These include screen time, the kind of information you share, and the way you behave online. We will go into depth on each of these topics now. Establishing family values online. Consider managing their behavior by establishing how you expect them to act online, treating others as they'd want to be treated, and saying online only what they would say face to face, and great places to start. Screen time. How do you currently approach screen time with your children? Are you good with screen time yourself? Well, the positive effects of screen time and the downsides with the principles are here to come. Well, let me give you the positive side. Complete your homework. Completing your homework, search for information online and in some school, complete and submit work remotely. Connect with friends and family. Keep in touch and share what's happening. Well, that's not bad. But that can affect the downsides. It can affect your sleep. Sleeping cycle are affected by blue lights from screen, taking our brain into thinking it is still daylight, making it difficult for one to sleep. Well, it could also encourage antisocial behavior, health issues. There are concerns that children are spending less time outdoors and with peers because they are on devices. So those are the downside of screen time. Not all online activities are created equal. Take the time to access how popular activities that your child is doing can help and hinder their development as they grow. What kind of activities would you like to limit your child's time on? What kind of activities would you like to see your child do more of? Do your child show a tendency towards any particular apps or program? How much time your child should spend using their device is up to you, but there are ways to help set limits when you want to. Well, Family Link. Family Link helps parents to manage their children's Google accounts. So we are extra protective when it comes to families. So we take care of our youngest users, sorry, by providing parents with the best support to help their children enjoy quality content that parents feel good about. Well, to set up Family Link, you will need to create a Google account for your child of family member. If your child is under 13, Google will prompt you to link your email account with theirs. Follow the prompts to accept the terms and conditions. Download the Google Family Link for children from the App Store. The child will then be asked to sign with their Google account. Now, the app will then prompt the caretaker to sign in using their email and address and password. The caretaker will be prompted to download the family link for parents on their own devices. The caretaker will be prompted to activate the family link manager. Family link helps you to first manage the app your child uses, temporarily locks your child's device at different times of the day, sets screen times limits, locks your child's device remotely, manage their devices, or hide specific apps whenever it's time to play, study, or sleep. Well, for example, bedtime. Set a bedtime routine to lock your child's phone while they sleep. Homework or dinner. Lock devices immediately so they can focus on other activities like studying or spending time with family. You might decide the right amount of screen time for your child depends on what they are watching, playing, or learning. Well, here's an activity. If anyone would like help setting up a family link after the session, we can help you get started. Well, on our chat box, if you're interested, please tell me there. Here are some extra things to consider when setting limits around screen time. Set limits that can change overnight. Set rules for your child's account, such as content filter and time limits, and let your child know that these may change as they get older. Settings should evolve over time. Don't just set it and forget it. Keep an eye on usage. You might decide the right amount of screen time for your child. Depends on what they are watching, playing, or learning. Use Family Link's apps activity reports to see which apps your child is using most. Support quality time online. Most experts suggest that we should focus more on what children are doing online and less on how long they are online. Encourage them to engage with games and apps that teach them creativity or problem solving skills. Keep an eye on your kids' screen time. Well, how would you talk to your kids about screen time? Okay, well, how to allow time for homework and not social media? How to keep a positive relationship with screen time, not using it as a punishment though. What do you do if your child only wants to spend time online? Well, this is an activity that you ask yourself, and how do you approach these questions? I'll give you about a minute on how you approach this screen time. Okay. Well, of course, it's important for children to know and understand why finding screen time balance is important. For that reason, would like to suggest using these three discussion points for talking about screen time with your children. Does technology ever prevent you from being present? To begin, talk about how devices can sometimes cause people to miss out on things that matter to them. Touch on times when you weren't fully there for a particular moment because you were on your phone, and ask your kids if they've observed others, like your friends or your family, not being fully present with the people around them. Have your kids also experienced a time when they were distracted from an important moment because of technology? How did they feel about it? Were they on a particular app or game when it happened? And have they noticed a pattern in their own activity? Well, how does screen time affect focus and why does it matter? What are the times and places your family feels it's important to be focused? Is it during homework, while spending time with others, or family time? Well, talk about how to approach technology during these times. When you want to keep your attention on a task, reflect on what balance feels like, not only for your kids, but for the whole family. Then look to apply that concept to the times and places throughout their day. Reflect on ways to control screen time. Allow your children to help you come with a solution on how to balance their own screen time. The digital age has made it super easy to share information online, as we are able to connect with friends and families through our mobiles and social media. However, with this accessibility comes great consequences. Can you think of any negative consequences of the freedom of expression sharing online has given children? Okay, I'll take answers. I see someone saying invasion of privacy. Oh, yes, that's a good answer. Social comparison. Okay, that's also a good answer. Okay, I see someone saying digital footprints. Oh, well, that's also a good answer. Well, creating rules around what to share will help your family be more aware to manage their information online, such as photo or private information. Well, here are some discussion points we recommend for taking to your family about the consequences of sharing too much online. Well, one, teach them about their digital footprints. Together with your children, search online for yourself and a musician that they love and talk about what you find. You may want to check the results in advance though. Talk about what others can learn about you from these results and how you develop a digital footprint online. Number two, help minimize a social comparison. Make sure that your child knows that what friends share online is just one part of the whole story and it's usually the highlights. Remind them that everyone also has boring, sad, or embarrassing moments that they don't want to share. Three, teach them about oversharing. Brainstorm solutions for oversharing. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Brainstorm solutions for oversharing, such as taking down what was shared, or fixing privacy settings. If it happens, help keep this in perspective. Some embarrassing moments are serious, but others are just good learning moments. 4. Establish your family values online around harassment and bullying. Be clear about how you expect them to act online, treating others as they'd want to be treated, and saying online only what they would say face to face are great places to start. 5. Talk about the meaning behind someone's word and encourage positivity. A. Talk about tone of voice and remind your children that it's easy to misinterpret someone's meaning online. Encourage them to ensure or to assume good intent and talk to friends directly if they unclear about someone's meaning. Talk about how good it feels to send and receive positive messages online. Consider using one of your own apps together to send a positive comment or message. A better internet, one free of bullying, division, hate, and crime, isn't just an inspiration rather. It's truly possible, and it starts with with the individual digital user. It starts with you, with me, and the next generation of users we are raising up. The digital age has made it super easy to share information online as we are able to connect with friends and families through our mobiles and social media. However, with this accessibility comes consequences. Can you think of any? Online harassment? Talk about the power of positive message. Well, many of us spend our time on the internet through laptops, smartphones, and iPads. The internet gives us an access to the entertainment we seek online. We gain new experience, watching videos, viewing photos, new topics, all of the areas of in the internet that we are interested to. Well, we get online services. The internet provides the services like email, online banking, online shopping worldwide. The business owners use the internet to connect with customers online. Well, online shopping enables someone in America to buy something in Asia, sorry, Africa, or anywhere connected through some simple clicks of the mouse. Well, the internet is a big reason behind us spending so much time on these gadgets. The internet brings many opportunities to those who choose to use it. If you have questions, please ask. If you didn't understand, please also take me back. Okay? In this session, we'll demonstrate where possible the tools that can be used to filter and control what can be seen online. Well, let me ask you, how do children use internet? How do children use internet? Well, what kind of apps do they use and what kind of content do they consume? Many of these they came across oh many of these come across will depend on your child's age and maturity level. Get a sense of which of these are most worrying to parents and how do they currently monitor if their children has come across these. Sorry. It can be difficult to monitor what your children is viewing as they can access this material through any internet enabled device, including mobile ones such as phones or tablets. Now we know kids will be kids because they're naturally curious, but there are many technical tools and parental tools you can use to filter content and sites, and let's look at an approach that should help. Family Link provides comprehensive set of features for finding and managing family friendly content. Sorry. Set content restrictions in Google Play through Family Link, blacklist or whitelist specific websites, set filters for web browsing, and turn Safe Search on and off with Family Link. If getting parental control coverage installed on each of your family's devices starts to seem too difficult, consider the features available through your broadband providers. Okay. If you are using the Google Chrome browser, available as a free downloaded, there's a feature that lets you create different profiles for supervised users and managers, giving you complete control of how your children use the internet. Safari has built an restriction setting you can activate to block difficult content. Firefox and IE also have varying parent control you can activate. You can go one step further, though. On certain websites, the internet platforms such as Google, YouTube, and iTunes, you can switch on a family friendly mature content. Once again, there are no flawless system, so it makes sense to use this alongside other parental controls. Well, Google Search is one of the primary parental control options offered by Google to help parents police search results. Safe Search helps to filter mature and potentially explicit content out of search results. Well, note, YouTube is not available for children under 13 years old. Well, enabling search link is provided over search setting. Also, go to search settings. Under the safe search, filter, check or uncheck the box next to turn on safe search. Or the button on the page, select save. YouTube restricted mode. YouTube's community guidelines include guides on nudity or sexual content, hateful content, harmful or dangerous content, and violence or graphic content. Whilst YouTube work hard to ensure all videos meet their community guidelines due to the high volume of content uploaded to the site each day. That's the risk that there is a risk, that some videos will break these guidelines and still be available to view. Additionally, just because something is acceptable under the guidelines doesn't mean it's automatically appropriate for users or of all ages. Restricted mode is there to help protect their YouTube experience when you're watching YouTube content together. When enabled, you will also not be able to see comments on the videos that you can watch to avoid any unwanted discussion. Please note, YouTube requires account holders to be 18, but a 13-year-old can sign up with a parent's permission. As many young people may access YouTube with their parents' permission, but may still view content not in their parents' presence. We ensure we are equipping you to protect your family's viewing experience. Okay, YouTube Kids is a specialized video app. The app tailored towards children with specially curated content, parental control, and filtering. YouTube Kids is the first Google product built from the ground up with kids and families in mind. The YouTube Kids app offers contained um, a more contained YouTube experience for kids. The content is generated by YouTube that may not be appropriate for kids. You can read more about the options for parental controls at www.youtube.com/kids. Introducing Read Along. Read Along is an app developed to kids in grade 1 to 5 to learn to read confidently anytime, anywhere using their own voices. It is a speech based reading that encourages children to read loud just the way they naturally do, making it an engaging way to learn to read. Read Along uses Google's existing speech recognition and text to speech technology that powers the Google Assistant to serve as a personalized reading tutor for kids and works even when it's completely offline. The helpful in the app all powered reading Bari Dia also encourages them by providing positive reinforcement when they read correctly and helps out by giving suggestions when they don't. Well, the benefits of Read Aloud: independent reading with friendly assistants, playful learning, getting better every day, getting personalized profiles. You can learn without Wi Fi, and it is private and secure. Well, Dia is an example, or is an expressive, animated reading assistant. Dia can read the entire sentence, highlight each word as it reads, so that the children can follow along. As children read aloud, Dia detects if a child is struggling with a passage of or text and is able to provide positive reinforcement or help. Children can ask Dia at any time to help them read a sentence or pronounce a word they don't understand or know. Users can tap any word to hear it pronounced. When they practice reading a word, the app will show them if the word was read correctly by making it green. For non-native speakers of a language, Dia explains the meaning of a word or a sentence in a native language on tapping for help. The app tracks the progress of the sentence and proactively offers support if it detects that the user is struggling. Read Along offers 100 stories per language with recommendation books can be downloaded and read offline. Users can collect rewards and awards to drive learning. Google Read Along, a free offline speech-based reading app with one-on-one assistance, helps kids aged 6 to 11 years learn to read. Kids can improve their reading skills using the magic of the voice. Um, Downloaded at playstore.google.com. Okay. In case they haven't been mentioned, here are some other ways you might approach. Start a conversation. Talk to your child about what they might find on the internet. Help them understand that sometimes they may come across things they don't or you wouldn't prefer them to see. That might upset them. Encourage them to come and talk to you about it. Think before you click. Help your child understand that clicking on pop-ups or links is unsolicited emails that offer things that are too good to be true may end up in them accessing content they didn't intend to see. Teach them to ignore pop-ups. Supervise if you can. May be able to for your youngest children, if you can try and be in the same room as your child when they are online. That way you can keep an eye out for an eye on them of what kind of content they are accessing. You can now ask questions. Thank you. Well, protects your family's security and privacy. Well, there's going to be a survey, so I'll ask the audience to share their idea in the chat box. We are live online. Children as well as adults like to post pictures online. Our online profiles also share a lot of personal information about us, such as age, school location, activities we like. Unfortunately, this type of information only helps scammers and groomers to manipulate children. With children's removing the privacy settings, that leaves a lot of information open on the web for anyone to use. The first step to helping your children stay safe is understanding ourselves, the type of information available on each platform, and what privacy settings we can control. We all know you care about your family's security online. What affects your child also affects the entire family. What kind of dangers to both your family and your own security exists when participating on online activities? We are going to cover three topics: stranger danger, identity theft, and cyberbullying, also known as online grooming. And as grooming is a word used to describe people befriending children in order to take advantage of them for sexual purposes. It's easy to pretend to be someone online on the internet, so children can sometimes end up having conversation with people whose real identities they may not know. Online grooming may be because it can happen when children are at home. Also, groomers may specifically warn children not to talk to anyone about it. Online groomers are not always strangers. In many situations, they may already have met them through their family or social activities and use the internet to build a rapport with them. Sometimes children don't realize they've been groomed and think that the person is their boyfriend or girlfriend. You may want to investigate further if you see your child exhibiting any of these signs. Being secretive about who they're talking to online, using sexual language you wouldn't want them to use, switching screens when you come near the computer. Grooming can be a tricky subject to talk about. A good way is a good way in is to say you've read a story about this happening and ask them if they know if any of their friends have experienced anything similar. Talk about the risk. Make sure your child knows that not everyone online is who they say they are. Encourage them to talk and talk to you if they are not sure about the identity of someone online. Agree on the rules. Discuss with your family about where you stand on sharing information with strangers online, keeping secrets from parents, and boundaries to individual privacy, sharing pictures of their bodies, houses, or friends, meeting with friends they have met online in a offline space. Stay engaged. From time to time, review their social media together. You or a family member might want to be their friend online to ensure they are making sensible choices. If you do friend them, watch and observe rather than take part. Okay. It's important to note that just like adults, children may be a risk of having online identity stolen and misused. It can be difficult to maintain a child's privacy as they may not understand what information is safe to share online or what default privacy settings are on the sites and devices they are using. If a child's identity is stolen, it may not be noticed for many years and could, in some cases, lead to a child being a victim of blackmailing or grooming or bullying. Let's start by understanding some of the lookouts for. You may start to suspect your child's identity has been stolen if they get a bill of something they haven't ordered, start to get emails from an organization they don't recognize, receive any letters regarding government benefits or tax payments. Check their online privacy settings. Go through the privacy settings with your child for every social networking site and app they are signed up to. Agree with them that they'll share and with whom. Check their devices settings. Check the privacy settings on the smartphone or tablet devices. Things to look out for are whether they are set up for location services, sharing of contacts, photos, and calendars, Bluetooth sharings, microphone, videos, and advertising. See our section on the safety pages of the main devices. Find out what is already there. Search your child's full name in several search engines and see what information and photographs are public. Use platforms like Deceit, uh, Deceit Me to check their online exposure. Take action and go incognito. Website on which they appear to improve incorrect comments or photographs. When using public computer, your child can use incognito browsing. If your child's identity has been stolen, be sure to tell any affected website about the problem and get your child to log in and change their password immediately. Personal privacy and security are just as important online as they are offline. Privacy settings need to be updated across any platforms that your child may be using. Most social media platforms that they may be using will have privacy settings that you can update. Here are some examples of social media platforms that you may be familiar with. Typically, the age limits for these 13 is your and they will have privacy settings that you can update to protect their data and digital footprints. Are you familiar with these platforms? YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok? Have you updated your own privacy settings on each of these platforms? Well, YouTube is a little different to others in that you change the privacy settings on the videos. Open your YouTube app and click on your profile icon to access account menu. Choose your channel. Choose the option button next to any video. On the privacy setting, choose between private, unlisted, or public. Unlisted means that you can share the video through a link but won't be available to people whom are just by browsing. Sorry. Okay. Even if we lock down our security settings, anyone able to hack in an account has total access to all of our information. Furthermore, once one account is hacked, a scammer can use this information to influence others. Therefore, one of the best protections against fraud is a strong password. Not all passwords are created equal, and many passwords are easily guessed by hackers. It's a good idea for a to protect both yours and your child's identity by ensuring that your password match the strong password standard Follow these tips for a strong password. Make sure your password is unique. Use a different password for each of your important accounts, like your emails and online banking. Reusing password for important accounts is risky. If someone gets your password for one account, they could access your email address and even your money. Make your password longer and more memorable. Long passwords are stronger. These tips can help you create long passwords that are easier to remember. Try using a lyric from a song or a poem, a meaningful quote from a movie or speech, a passage from a book, a series of words that are meaningful to you. Use letters, numbers, and symbols. Password with different types of symbols might be more difficult for people to guess, but also might be harder for you to remember. You can set up recovery info to avoid getting locked out if you forget your password. Avoid personal information or common words. Avoid creating passwords from info that others might know or could easily find. For example, your nickname or initials, your child's name or pet, your birthdays or years. Cyberbullying. It's really important that children who are bullied online know what simple steps they can take to help them to cope with how to ask for support. Let's look at some of the do's and don'ts to give you, as parents, some support. Bullying has changed as the digital world encourages more children uh, to social media and anonymous messaging app to share their experience and manage relationships. Cyberbullying differs from traditional bullying in that it just doesn't take place at school or in the streets. It can enrich into the homes as children spend time online using phones, tablets, or computers. This is a new form of bullying that many parents are not familiar with. One of the biggest difference between cyberbullying and face-to-face bullying is that it can be hard to get away from. Young people can be bullied anywhere, anytime, and even at their houses, at their homes. You'll hear various different words used in the context of bullying, so it helps to know what each of these means. Can you explain to me what each of these terms mean? Go through them one by one and build a discussion around ways of approaching each. How do we know where to tell if this is occurring? Okay, well, let me go through them with you. Harassment, targeting an individual or group with persistent or obsessive message which could develop into cyberstalking. Outing, publicly sharing personal, private, and embarrassing information, photos, or videos about someone online. Trolling, deliberately posting provocative and insulting messages about sensitive subjects or inflicting racism or misogyny in an individual. Thence, not really serious about it, kids could be cruel but get away with it. Roasting, ganging up on an individual online. Grifting, abusing and angering people through online gaming. If you become aware that your child is being bullied, it's being cyberbullied, there are a number of things you should aim to do straight away. The do's: find out why, talk about it, teach by example, learn from it. The don'ts: don't get upset, don't ignore it, don't condone it, don't take away their devices. Question, comments? Well, the tips and resources. Explore the Google Safety Center. Be Internet Awesome is a program designed to collaborate between Google and leading experts such as the Net Safety Collaboration and the Internet Keep Safe Coalition. It is designed to teach kids and skills they need to be safe and smart online. 5 fundamental tips of digital citizens and safety from the Internet Code of Awesome. Share with care, be internet smart, don't fall for fake, be internet alert, secure your secrets, be internet strong. It's cool to be kind, be internet kind. When in doubt, talk about it. Be internet brave. Be internet awesome. Helps children to practice skills they need to be confident online, explore in a free and easy to navigate games. Well, Digital Wellbeing Family Guide, created to help you to talk about technology with your family through productive conversation and help you identify healthy habits work for your that works for the whole family. Sorry. It's important to it's important not to bury our heads in the sand about technology. When parents say don't do social media or don't get Snapchat, it's asking to living children to cross a busy road or without training, and so parents are missing golden opportunities to keep children safe and informed. Experts recommended we to keep children safe and informed. Sorry. Experts recommend we become digital moms and digital dads and navigate the online world alongside our children. We covered a lot today. Although it's a lot to take in, there are plenty of resources available to you to reinforce the learning from today and offer extra helpful tips and guidelines. Well, we have Digital Family Wellbeing. It provides information, discussing points, and activities for you to help set ground rules with your family child about device use, finding positive content, responsible use of social media. Most importantly, provides opportunities for you to talk about these issues with your children. Digital Wellbeing Family Guide. Tips and guidance about setting ground rules with your family and having discussions about the things that matter to you and your family. YouTube Kids, an app specifically designed for kids, makes it easier for children and parents to find content they are interested in. Family Link Guide, it guides settings up for Family Link. Understand all the control and setting you can filter or alter. Download Family Link from Google Play. Fishing Quiz is an interactive game that tests your ability to check the content and reveal if it's real or a spam. Well, for more information, Google Safety helps heaps of articles and advice for how to be safe online, including practical security advice. Then you have your Web Rangers. Web Rangers is a digital literacy project designed to allow young people to gain critical skills and knowledge around online safety. Well, thank you guys for tuning in into our session today. I hope you guys learned a lot from this session and you will teach your kids how to stay safe online. Well, from me, Ntabiseng Todezi from Africa Kids Code, I'm signing out. Thank you very much.